Hi ladies, I just wanted to pop on here tonight to do this week's training. So let's dive right into it. We talked last week about visualization and how you really want to visualize where you're going. Think really, really hard about it. See it, smell it, taste it, like imagine every aspect of it so that you can get yourself there. Well, part of that is going to be, where do you want to be income-wise, right? So this week we're going to talk about kind of getting to where we want to be with the income that we want to bring in each month. Now, you probably think about rich people, and like when you think of, Jeff Bezos or Bill Gates, you probably think, oh, Amazon and Microsoft, that's how they make all their money. But in reality, you've probably also heard the phrase, it takes money to make money. Really, when people start getting wealthy, then they can afford to start putting their money in all of these other things that continue to make them more money, and then they just get super wealthy. And so I want that for you. Tonight we're going to talk about the fact that most wealthy people have 7 streams of income. Why 7? Because if there's a particular market or a sector that's not doing well, even if 2 or 3 of your 7 streams kind of go down or have a really rough year, well, you've got 4 or 5 still that are going to perform for you. So if you diversify enough, you will still be able to bring in money and continue to be wealthy. And if you think about it, during COVID, like if you were just a real estate investor or just a business owner, you may very well have been deeply affected by what happened with COVID. But if you had 7 streams of very different incomes coming in, maybe you didn't fare too poorly from COVID. So just want to put that out there. You've probably heard the term diversification, which I mentioned earlier. Diversification really just means don't put all your eggs in one basket. So you probably normally hear it in regards to like a stock portfolio or your 401k or something like that. And it is important there, but it's also important to have diversification in these streams of income. So don't like do 7 of the same type of thing. You know what I mean? If you are able to start to brainstorm and figure out and put in place 7 different diverse streams of income, that is the way that you're going to become and stay truly wealthy, which is exciting. That's what we want, right? So what are different types of income streams? Well, there's, 9 to 5 jobs, the stock market, you could start a business, real estate investing, a blog, renting out your stuff. That's just a few examples. But as you start thinking about this, kind of think about what sounds interesting to you. What do you think would be a good fit for you personality-wise? As you do that, one of the things that you're going to want to consider are how many of the streams are active income versus how many are passive income. What does that mean? So active income is income that you receive in exchange for performing a service. So like your traditional job, that's an active income stream. But there's all kinds of other ones that you can do, especially now with the internet. You can do proofreading. There's all types of writing, like freelance writing, ghost writing, copywriting, resume writing. You could be a virtual assistant, a graphic designer. You can transcribe things. You can do data entry or bookkeeping, or drive for Uber or Lyft. So those are all things where you kind of get to be your own boss and set your own hours kind of thing, but you're still trading time for money. And that's active income. Passive income is where you get income from an enterprise that you're not necessarily actively involved in. So what does that mean? You usually put in either time up front or money up front, and whatever you put it into, it pays you over time. So like stock dividends would be an example of that, or investments, rental income. You can, rent out homes, or you can even rent your stuff. You could sell an ebook or digital files. You could do a vending machine. You can license music or sell some photos that you've taken to be like stock photos for somebody. Those are all ways where you do the work up front and then they just continue to pay you over time. And that's passive income. So why do we want to think of active versus passive? Well, you're only one person and you have the same 24 hours of the day that everyone else has. And if you pick 7 streams that are active, you're basically signing up to work 7 jobs. That sounds freaking exhausting. So at the very least, you want a mix. But I think once you start looking into passive income streams more, you're going to see that if you really want time and money freedom, passive income is going to be the way to go to get you there. Once you stop trading your time for money and you're able to bring in money passively, is really when you open up the freedom and the possibilities. So one more important point that I want to make on that is a lot of people think that starting their own business is going to be a way to get more freedom. But you have to be careful about the kind of business that you start, because there's a lot where you still have to trade your time for money. You know, if you think about like a dentist or a law firm or a restaurant owner, they're making good money and they're their own boss, and that's awesome, but they also still have to be there and trade their time for money all the time. The good news is that now with the internet, there are lots of jobs out there where you can leverage the internet and systems to be able to make money more passively. So if you're looking for time freedom, you'll definitely want to be looking at more of those types of business ownership opportunities. And we're going to cover in future trainings a lot more. We're going to dive deeper on different types of things that you can do for income. Tonight, I really just wanted to get on here and kind of introduce the concept and let you marinate on that, like, 7 streams. Some of you that might be like, ooh, that's a lot. But some of you might be like, oh, that's not bad. I can totally do that. So just putting it out there to kind of give you something to start visualizing, right? Start mapping out on a piece of paper. What are some things that you're good at, that you would like to do, that you could make money doing? And then shoot for that number of 7 to try to bring that income in. So that is all that I really want to talk about tonight. I don't want to take up a ton of your time, but I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. I am Erin Thompson. I am the Penny Grower, and I help women achieve independent wealth. That is what I'm all about. So if you'd like some more details on that, please drop the word info in the comments below, and me or somebody from my team will be happy to reach out to you. And when we do that, the goal is just to learn where you are, where you want to go, and then I will help you put the pieces together to help get you where you want to be. So thanks again, everybody. Have a wonderful night, and we'll see you next week.